Welcome back to the deep dive. Today, we're getting to something really cool. The world of custom racing products.
CRP.
Yeah, CRP. And specifically their hop-up parts for, those classic vintage Tamiya RC cars.
Exactly. We're going to try and figure out how this small company basically became the go-to problem solver for some of the most iconic remote control cars of the 80s.
It's a great story because you have to remember the late 70s, early 80s, that was really the golden age for RC. Tamiya was huge.
Right. Models like the Sand Scorcher, the Frog, absolute legends.
Totally. But as cool as those kits were to build, they definitely had their issues. Products of their time,
How so? What kind of issues?
Well, the stock components.
Yeah.
Often just basic plastic, sometimes soft metal. They just weren't built for serious abuse.
Oh, okay.
So enthusiasts would push them hard, take them racing, jumping, and stuff would break. You'd get your new Frog, hit a jump, and bang, crack suspension mount.
Ouch. Yeah, I can see how that would create demand for something better. Exactly. And that demand led to this whole sort of cottage industry of what people called hop-up parts.
Hop-ups. Okay, so what were they exactly? Just stronger replacements?
Sometimes stronger, yeah, but often much more. They were properly engineered upgrades designed to outperform the stock stuff, more strength, sure, but also better precision, more adjustability.
So you could actually personalize your car, make it perform better, not just fix it.
Precisely. Turn a fun kit into, a genuinely capable runner.
And CRP custom racing products. From Temple City, California, they were a big name in this.
Oh, absolutely. One of the leaders. What's fascinating is if you look at their old product list, it's like a roadmap of all the original Tamiya design weaknesses.
Like a diagnostic report.
Yeah, pretty much. They systematically found the common flaws, the bits that broke, the parts that flexed too much, the things holding back performance, and they engineered solutions. It wasn't just about making parts. It was about perfecting the machines.
Okay, so let's get specific. How do they approach this? Do they have, general fixes or target-specific models?
Oh, very specific. They really drilled down. Take the Tamiya ORV chassis.
Right, the off-road vehicle chassis. That was the Frog, the Blackfoot, Monster Beetle. Really popular stuff.
Super popular. And revolutionary for its time. But, notoriously fragile, especially around the gearbox area and the suspension mounts.
So a bad crash often meant
your first CRP purchase. Exactly. A lot of people discovered CRP that way.
Makes sense. So what kind of key ORV parts did CRP make? What were the must-haves?
Well, they had things like better front bumpers, skid plates, essential protection, really, stopped the main chassis tub from cracking right open.
Okay.
Then there was a really important one, the #1606 rear suspension support. It braced the back end where the trailing arms mounted, stopped those mounts from cracking, saved a lot of gearboxes.
Oh, crucial.
And maybe even more critical, especially if you upgraded the motor, were the #1608 differential bearing supports. Tiny parts, but they locked the diff bearings in place.
Why was that so important?
Because the stock setup allowed the whole diff assembly to flex under load. That flex could lead to stripped gears pretty easily. These supports stopped that. Made the drivetrain way more reliable.
Clever. Just reinforcing the weak points.
Exactly. And they even did a full front shock kit, the #1601, for cars like the Frog, giving you a proper oil-dampened suspension setup up front. A complete overhaul.
Wow, okay, so they really tackled that ORV chassis. What about other platforms? Tamiya's early 4WD buggies, the Hotshot, for instance, that had that unique monoshock suspension.
Yeah, the Hotshot platform. Innovative, definitely, but that suspension, particularly the front, it had a reputation for being, sloppy, lots of play, or slop, as people called it.
Imprecise steering, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. And CRP's big thing here, maybe their most famous part, was the #1650 A-arm stabilizer.
Okay, what did that do?
It was this brilliantly simple little plastic brace. It just clipped in between the upper front suspension arm.
And that fixed the slop.
Significantly. It just removed so much of that unwanted movement, made the steering much sharper, much more consistent, a tiny part, but it made a massive difference to how those cars handled. Really a flagship CRP part.
That's smart engineering. Just identifying that one key point of flex.
Right. But CRP didn't just stick to fixing Tamiya, did they? Their influence went further.
Yeah, you mentioned this idea of hybrid cars, combining parts from different brands.
Absolutely. CRP made parts that let you do that. It shows this whole other layer to the hobby back then, racers trying to build the absolute best machine, a best-of-breed kind of approach, mixing and matching.
Got an example?
Sure. The hashtag 1557 front stub axles. These let you run Tamiya wheels, which were really popular, on the associated RC10 chassis.
Ah, the RC10.
Yeah.
The dominant race buggy back then.
Exactly. So CRP wasn't just a Tamiya specialist. They were acting like a universal performance parts hub for the whole hobby, connecting the dots between different ecosystems.
That really broadens their impact. So thinking about their legacy, these weren't just replacements, they were engineered solutions.
Meticulously engineered, yeah. They fundamentally improved how these Tamiya cars lasted and performed.
And for people restoring these vintage cars today.
Oh, CRP parts are often seen as essential. If you want a period-correct high-performance build, something that you can actually run without it shattering.
You need the CRP bits.
Pretty much. They turn what might be a fragile shelf queen into a genuinely robust, capable vintage runner. It lets you experience these classics properly.
So when you boil it down, the CRP story, it's really about ingenuity, isn't it? Community passion driving innovation.
Yeah, filling the gaps the big manufacturers left. It's amazing how these specialized solutions became such a vital part of the hobby's history.
It really is. A testament to applied engineering, solving real-world problems on a small scale. Makes you think, what other little companies are out there right now quietly revolutionizing their own niches?
Good question. Something to ponder.